Hi, this is Lee Garrett and welcome to another weekly tip video. It's not too often that Apple releases a new app, so when one does come along, it's important we get it covered. So today we're looking at Apple Invites. Now, Invites is a tool to help you organize events and is definitely going to be useful for some, whereas probably ignored by others. But whether the app is for you or not, it is interesting to see the way that it's set up and integrates other Apple services to make it work. So let's take a look. Now, first of all, it's iPhone only. You could run it on the iPad, but it would just be the iPhone size of application. Now, I'll open it. And the first splash screen welcomes us to Apple Invites. So I'll tap Continue. And here we see some examples of how our invitations could look. And they are pretty impressive in truth. I do quite like them. So we have some here with photos in the background. So this surprise brunch for mom there. Then here, this one has used Apple Intelligence to create a cake for a birthday invite. You can be quite creative, and down here it tells you that sending is included with iCloud Plus. Now, what this actually means is that while anyone, whether you're in the Apple ecosystem or not, is able to accept an invite to an event, because Apple does recognize not everyone has an iPhone, of course, you do need to have an iCloud Plus subscription to be an event organizer and send invitations. I'll tap Continue, and we're ready to create our first event. So I'll tap Create Event, and it's a very simple interface that we use to create it. It's extremely intuitive. I'll tap up here to choose a background. And at the top, you can choose a photo from your photo library. You can take a photo with your camera or use Image Playground to use Apple Intelligence to create one. Then there are sections for background types here. So these ones are emoji-based ones. Down here we have photographic ones. And then there are some color-based ones at the bottom. I'll just choose this one here. So next we need to give our event a title. So I'm just going to call this one Work Celebration 2025 there. Then you can switch to any one of these fonts here. I'll stick with this one and tap Return. Next, I'll set the date and time. So there's a toggle for an all-day event. If we want to specify an end time, rather than just saying it starts from a certain time, we can toggle here. Then choose your start date. So it automatically sets it a week from today's date. Now I'm recording this on the 8th of Feb. I'll actually set it for 2 weeks' time for the 22nd. And it will be from 12 until 7 there. I'll tap Done. And next we need to choose our location. I can search for a location at the top or use my current one. So let's have this at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, because it'll make a change for something good and positive to be happening there at the moment. Then you can put a location name at the bottom if you wish that all of the invitees will recognize. I'm going to tap Done though, and we can see the location there. Below that, I've got the host details, and I can tap to add in a description for people of the event if needed. I'll tap Done though. Below that, we have a weather prediction that I'm assuming is going to become more accurate nearer the time of the event. And you can also get directions to the location below that as well. A nice feature is the ability to create a shared album for the event that everyone who is invited can access. I do like this. I think it could be very useful. And Invites needs to access the photo library, of course, for this. So I'll do that here. We need to name it. So the default is the name of the event, which makes sense. I'll tap Done. And the album is created. So I can add photos in here, as can others who have been invited. I do think this might be my favorite part of this application. And you can also create an Apple Music playlist for the event as well. So members will, of course, need an Apple Music subscription to be able to benefit from this. So I'm not quite as hot on this one. I'll allow access. Then I can use an existing playlist that I have or tap to create a new one. We can see the default name it's assigned there, so I'll tap Done. And then I just need to go back into Apple Music and populate that playlist with songs.